most impressive win from last weekend then? Miami, LSU, Ohio State. What do you have? Am I missing anybody?
You missing Florida State, my friend.
Florida State beating Alabama. Okay.
Ooh-wee, yeah. And what made that one so impressive, Rich, is because, hey, we knew that Tommy Castellanos, the quarterback who transferred from Boston College, he came out and said Nick Saban ain't there to save them. I mean, that's just bulletin board material. And then he doubled down and didn't back off of it and said, listen, my coaches, my players, we all believe in each other and we know what we have here. I'm going to tell you what people forgot, Rich, they forgot that, first of all, Mike Norvell, despite what happened a year ago, 2-10, I get it. Mike Norvell is a hell of a coach. He can coach football. And then he brought in Gus Malzahn. Gus Malzahn, he's a great offensive coordinator. Like, he can call plays with the best of them. And Tommy Castellanos has said that Malzahn is a guy who now just seems like he has like all this weight off of his shoulders and he's out there having fun. He's in his bag. He's enjoying being an offensive play caller. And so that was one of the biggest factors to me in that game Saturday. In that game, Saturday, Sunday. I think they played Sunday. That game Sunday when they beat Alabama, because you saw Gus Malzahn, he was in his bag, and those kids, the defense too, defense flying around. That was a very, very impressive victory.
Yeah, it'll be a shock when people try to put Alabama in over Florida State in a few months. Anyway, we'll see how that we'll see how that works, Des. I got two more for you. More for you. One for me, and then one for the rest of the United States, or one for us. Bryce Underwood, man. Some of those throws that were coming out of his hand. I said I've never seen a quarterback play for Michigan with an arm like that. You played with Elvis, right? Yep. Obviously, Chad Henne had quite the arm. I've never seen anything like this. And the moment for me where I knew this was different was a 3rd and 14. Michigan had coughed up a 17-point lead. It's now just 7, 2+ minutes before half. And they don't just hand it off and say, we'll play defense and hope for the best. They let the kid rip it. And it was a 39-yard gain that wound up with a touchdown drive. And I'm like, I turned to my 14-year-old son, who my watching buddy Cooper. I'm like, all right, this is not normal. This is different. And I'm wondering what you think, Desmond.
I agree with you. I had my watch buddies with me, big twin and little twin. We were actually there on the sideline watching the game.
Okay.
And we thought the same exact thing. And I said, wow, it's refreshing to see that they have that type of confidence in that young man in his first collegiate game, that they're not going to just have him turn to his right or turn to his left and hand the ball off. Like, they let him go out there and play football, make some throws, make some big throws too. And so it was nice to see. And I mean, he's very, very talented quarterback, but he's just a guy who I believe has that it factor. His teammates, they all love him. He seemed very poised, and he ran things at a very efficient level. He never came across as though he was flustered out there or anything like that. He seemed like he was kind of like a seasoned vet, which you have to give credit to the coaching staff. Especially the offensive coaching staff, because they consistently put him in a position to succeed, and they made sure that he was comfortable, and they helped to I think, like, make sure his confidence was starting to build as the game progressed. And that's what you want to do with these young quarterbacks. You want to start them off slow, but make sure you're putting in plays that can help build their confidence as the game progresses.
Yeah, I can't go slow, though, Saturday, though. I mean, that's the game of the week. It's on ESPN Saturday night, Michigan at Oklahoma. What's your opinion on that, Des?
Yeah, that one's going to be it's going to be a good one. I'm excited about that, to see how this defense responds to Mateer, the quarterback, the transfer from Washington State, who's now in Norman, Oklahoma. Mateer is probably the number one dual threat quarterback in the portal this past offseason. So he brings like a lot to their offense. And obviously Brent Venables, he's a defensive-minded coach, so he's really going to try to get in the head of Bryce Underwood and this offense and see how he can affect the offense. I think that Michigan's going to have to be stout in the trenches. They're going to have to be able to move the ball with the running game, and they're going to have to keep those guys off of Bryce Underwood. And so it should be a really interesting game.
Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.